All right, let's get right into it. If you're anywhere near the e-commerce world, you hear about drop shipping all the time. But here's the deal. Picking the right platform isn't just about grabbing a tool. It is, without a doubt, a strategic decision that can literally make or break your entire business.
You know the promise, right? It's so tempting. Find a product, sync it to your store, and then just lean back and watch the automated profits start rolling in. But here's the secret that the platforms don't exactly shout about in their ads. There's a hidden cost. A single number that quietly takes down most new stores before they even get a chance to get off the ground.
And it is so easy to get sucked in. I mean, you see reviews just like this one from a Shopify merchant talking about Zendrop, and you think, yes, that's it. That's the simple, elegant solution I've been searching for. And that appeal is incredibly powerful because it makes success feel like it's just one click away.
And all the marketing claims, they just double down on this dream. They're all promising you lightning-fast shipping, high-quality suppliers they've already checked out for you, totally automated fulfillment, custom branding, and yeah, those one-click product imports. It sounds like the perfect hands-off business in a box.
Okay, but we've got to ask the tough question. Let's just forget about the monthly subscription fee for a minute. What is the actual all-in bottom-line cost to get that very first customer to finally click buy?
$31.86. Yeah, according to the latest benchmarks, that's the average you're going to spend on ads just to get one person to your store and make a purchase. We call it your customer acquisition cost, or CAC. And trust me, it changes everything. And that number leads us to a pretty brutal truth. When it costs you almost $32 just to get that customer in the door, your very first sale to them is almost always a loss. Let me just show you the math so you can see what I mean.
So check this out. Let's imagine you're selling a typical fashion accessory for, say, $50. Now in fashion, a 30% return rate is pretty standard, so your actual net revenue is closer to $35. Okay, now subtract your product and shipping costs, and you're left with a contribution margin of about $20. But then you have to subtract that $31 ad cost, and boom, there it is. You've actually lost over $11 on what looked like a successful sale.
And believe it or not, it actually gets worse. When a customer returns that $50 item, you don't just lose the money from the sale. You're also out the $32 you spent on ads to get them, plus any non-refundable payment processing fees. So that one single return suddenly becomes a massive $33 hole in your pocket.
So you're probably thinking, if I'm losing money on the first sale, how on earth does anyone actually succeed at this? Well, you win by changing the game. You stop focusing on single sales and you start thinking about your long-term strategy. The real key here is to choose a platform that is built to support the type of business you're actually trying to build.
Okay, so that brings us to the platforms themselves. Because this choice you make, it's not just about picking some software with cool features. It's a major strategic commitment. You know, the market is really split into two core models. On one side, you have what are called fulfillment agents. Think CJ Dropshipping or Zendrop. They give you centralized control, which means your customer gets one nice, consistent, branded package. On the other side, you've got marketplaces, like Stockouts. They connect you to this huge network of suppliers, which is great for product variety. But if a customer orders 2 items, they might show up in 2 different boxes on 2 different days. See the difference?
And within those models, you really have 3 main types of platforms. First, you've got your AliExpress optimizers like Deezers. These are built for one thing, pure high-volume efficiency. Second, you have the curated networks, like Stockouts, which are all about quality and speed, using suppliers right here in the US and Europe. And third, there are the hybrid partners like Zendrop, which try to give you the best of both worlds, low-cost sourcing from China, but with better fulfillment and branding services.
So, the big question is, how do we actually apply all this? Well, it all comes down to one thing, matching the right tool to your specific mission.
And this matrix right here, this is basically your cheat sheet for making that decision. It's really simple. Just find your main priority along the top row. Are you a total beginner who needs something easy to use? Are you focusing on fast US shipping? Or are you all in on building a real private label brand? Just look down that column and it'll show you which platforms are your best bet and which ones you probably should stay away from.
So for example, if you're just starting out and feeling a little overwhelmed, Zendrop is a fantastic choice because of its guided experience. Or, hey, if your budget is pretty much zero and you just want to test the waters, Epperlo's free plan is probably your best launchpad to get started without any upfront cost.
But let's say your goal is different. What if you're trying to build a real long-term brand, something with a loyal following? Well, then you need to be looking at platforms like CJ Dropshipping and Hyperskew. They give you the deep customization. I'm talking custom packaging, thank you cards, private labeling, all the stuff that separates a real brand from just another dropshipping store.
Now, what if your entire strategy is to compete on customer experience? Offering lightning-fast shipping and really high-quality products to a demanding audience in the US or Europe. In that case, Spocket is the clear winner. Its whole business is built on its network of vetted local suppliers. That's your edge.
And finally, for all you power sellers out there, the ones who have mastered the AliExpress game and are just pushing insane volume, for you, de-essers is completely non-negotiable. It's built for bulk processing, and for pure efficiency at scale, nothing else really comes close.
And that really brings us to the final, most important point. For so long, we've all been asking the wrong question. The goal isn't to find the one, single, best platform out there. The real question you need to ask is, what kind of business am I actually trying to build?
So ultimately, it all comes down to this one choice. Are you building the launchpad just to quickly test a bunch of products and find a winner? Or are you trying to build a long-term defensible brand that's designed to last for years? Your answer to that question, that's what's going to tell you exactly which platform you need to choose.